Thanks.
Yep, thanks.
August 19th, 2016, St. Anthony, Minnesota police officer Geronimo Yanez returns to duty this week before completion of an investigation into his fatal shooting of Philando Castile a couple of weeks earlier. So he was allowed to return to work before the investigation was even finished. And so, and then it turned out he actually shot the guy who was innocent just in his car, and he was allowed to keep his job. So another pretty blatant example of racial injustice. KP's in for tonight, and as far as health stuff with our team, I think that's the only thing. We got a few little aches and pains, but I think we're okay otherwise.
So, Brad?
The two number one seeds lost yesterday. As we've already talked about, you've already talked about, there's been close games throughout. Do you sense that more teams than usual are sensing opportunity in these playoffs?
Yeah, I felt that way coming into the whole thing, really. And yeah, I mean, look, there's no travel. You got really the same environment virtually every game. You know, the digital boards look different and stuff like that. But look, it's a great opportunity here for everybody.
Mark, you in USA Today?
Rick, what's jumped out to you with how Porzingis has further integrated himself with the team during this restart?
You know, he picked up where he left off at the end of the year. Look, he's gained a greater feel, you know, with each passing week. You know, how we're playing, how to play with the guys that he's playing with most of the time. You know, Luka's certainly, he and Luka have created greater and greater chemistry as the season's gone along. And, you know, we play a game that's pretty random. And so, you know, he has the opportunity to rim run, to cut, to pop, to roll, and, you know, to, score on the inside when he gets the ball in good spots. So there's a lot of opportunity for him. And in this series, they're so good defensively that we've got to try to keep the game as random as possible, because coming down to call plays is a very difficult way to play against their defense.
Okay. Joe?
How does that change the complexion of this?
Well, look, he's a terrific player, and you know, he brings certain elements that are unique to their team, but they're very deep. And you know, they've got Reggie Jackson. We played them during the seeding games, and Shamet was the starter. So you know, maybe it'll be Shamet, maybe it'll be Jackson. You know, Lou Williams plays a lot of point guard. So, you know, they're built to absorb it. We still got to play against the guys, you know, that are going to be out there, and that's going to be challenging.
Last one inside the room, Kyle Giddem.
Is there any KP start in the morning? I guess questionable. I know these classifications can kind of move and shift, but did he kind of come to anybody and say, "Hey, I'm good to go," or "I can play through this," or do you know, have any insight to the upgrading to now?
Yeah, I have a lot of insight. He's feeling better today. I mean, you know, yesterday there was soreness. It seemed to get better as practice went along, and he got treatment and stuff like that. And then, you know, this morning he felt a lot better getting up and was, you know, moved around some today, and so it's been determined he can play, which is really great for us.
Okay, Rick, we're going to Skin here on Zoom. Skin, mute.
Hello, Coach. Thank you. Would love to get some insight from you as to the things that you guys are looking for when you start Maxey against a team like the Clippers. What does he provide in that starting role?
Well, you know, with their two great players, Leonard and George, you know, we want to try to get our best two defenders on those guys to start the game, and that's, you know, Maxey and Dorian. And so, you know, we anticipated during the season that, you in a playoff situation, Maxey could well be a starter because matchups do get difficult in the playoffs. He didn't start much during the regular season because we prefer to manage his minutes unless absolutely necessary, like playing against Zion Williamson, back in early March. That was absolutely necessary. And he did a great job on that one. But, that's the thinking. And look, each game is going to have a different complexion. But he's had a terrific year. And I know that you probably realize this, as the seeding games ended, he was the guy that had the most games played in the entire NBA, which was a great accomplishment.
Okay, next up is Manolo.
Yes, Coach. Just wanted to verify if there's any chance that Barea might be on tonight's rotation for the game now that Patrick's not going to be at the starting lineup for the Clippers.
There's always a possibility. I've talked to him consistently throughout the year about the fact that we just need him to be ready. And he has been. So we'll see how the game goes.
Okay, that's all from here. Thanks, Rick. We'll talk to you after. Good